Hey everyone, it's Courtney. Welcome back to my channel. I am here with what will probably be the last WIP update video of 2017. Just looking ahead to what's on my calendar as far as holiday festivities and everything in December. I'm certainly not going to get to another one of these until 2018, so this is it. And I've got a lot to show you. So as always, I think I'll start with my finishes. I have two cross-stitch finishes to show you this time, and a non-cross-stitch finish because I think some of you might be interested. And I'll start with the non-cross-stitch finish and get it done quickly. That is this dress. I'm very proud to say I made this dress myself, and it's been one of the things taking up most of my crafty time lately. So yeah, I started with a dress that I already own that I really like, and I made a pattern from that dress, and the fabric is from Rifle Paper Company, or the design is from Rifle Paper Company. They did a collaboration with a fabric producer. Let me Google it really quick. Cotton and Steel. They did a collaboration with Cotton and Steel Fabrics, and they produced like 6 or 8 different designs of fabric a couple of years ago. And I thought it was super pretty, and my mother-in-law gave me this fabric in my stocking, or Santa gave me it in my stocking for Christmas last year. So I actually didn't get started on working on the dress until the spring, and then I got stuck because I needed another seamstress to help. I needed to do the side seams and, you know, pin it so that it fit myself, and I wasn't able to do that on myself. I tried to recruit my husband to work on it with me, and he was hopeless. And I tried to make plans to buy or build a dress form so that I could do it on a dress form, and that didn't happen either. So I was finally able to get started on it again this Thanksgiving. We went to visit my husband's parents, and my mother-in-law watches, so hi Erica. And she helped me while we were there to finish the dress. So she fit it to me and helped me also hem it so that I could wear it and it would be level with the gown. And so she, it's because of her that I was able to finish it. So I did, and now it's ready to be worn. I've already worn it to work, and I got a couple of compliments on it. So I'm pretty excited about this finish. I think it's definitely one of those things where you can see several flaws in the thing that you made yourself, but I'm hoping that maybe they're not as visible to other people. But I don't think I'll point them out to you because I don't want to ruin the effect. So anyway, that was finish number 1. I didn't do any embroidery on it though, although I considered making a tag for it that I would put my signature on. I haven't done that yet, but I could put in a tag. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. If you make clothes, do you sign the clothes? Do you make tags? Let me know. Alright, now on to the cross stitching, which is what you're here for. The first finish I will show you is this Christmas ornament. Unfortunately, this is going to be given away, and I'm a little bit sad about it now that it's done, because I love it. I am participating in an ornament exchange with some other stitchers here in San Antonio, and so this is for one of those friends of mine. I feel like I can safely show it here because even though she may watch this video before she receives her ornament, she wouldn't know who she is. Because it's a Secret Santa type thing. So one of you just may be getting this in the mail shortly. But this design is from the 2009 Just Cross Stitch Ornament issue. It's a Christmas tree made out of embroidery notions. See, the trunk is a pair of scissors, and there's bobbins and needles and beads and stuff, and snowflakes as well. I thought it was super cute. I stitched it on 32 count evergreen linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. It was a fabric of the month a while back, and I thought it was just so lovely for this pattern. because I wanted to do the pattern in white, but I wanted the green to evoke the feeling of Christmas tree. So, yes, evergreen was perfect. I backed it with just some Christmassy cotton that I picked up at Joann, and I signed it, although it's hard to see on the back. And then I wound some cord. It's DMC Blanc with some like red velvet specialty thread that I got in a grab bag from my local needlework shop a while back. So, in case you're curious, this is the magazine that has the pattern, and it is on the inside. There's a picture of it. It's not on the cover. Here. It's right here. So I did finish it out a little differently. I chose a different fabric. It was natural linen in here, and it also had buttons on the original, which I didn't add, or a tassel. I made some modifications, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So sadly, this will be making its way out of my house in the mail very soon to my secret Santa stitcher. And maybe next time I make a video, I'll have another one to show you that was given to me by my secret Santa stitcher. I don't know who she is either. So anyway, on to the next one. My next finish is Belle from Beauty and the Beast. This design is by Brooke Nolan of Brooks Books Publishing. I think I've shown you this before, or the pattern. I don't think I've shown you the finish yet. But yeah, here she is. I think she turned out really beautifully. Yes. I don't know what much else to say. The fabric is 28 count linen in French country blue. I got it off of, no, I didn't get it off on 2 3 Stitch. I got it at the Tinsmith's Wife, which is a needlework store in Comfort, Texas, about 45 minutes west of San Antonio. I've told you before I'm going to do all of these on solid 28 count linen. And this effect, I think, is just beautiful. I particularly love how the rose came out. I think that's just awesome. I did change the color of the krennic in this darker color of the band at the bottom of the skirt. I used a darker krennic in there. There was a light gold that was supposed to be in there, and it gave, I don't know, when you use a lighter gold, you can see it's actually making sort of a floral filigree pattern in that panel of the skirt, which doesn't come out as well with the darker gold. But I felt like I liked the subtle effect, the subtle shimmering effect of the darker gold on there, and so I substituted it out. But everything else is as called for in this pattern. And I also signed it at the bottom. So there she is. Ready to go be framed or something next to her counterpart, Cinderella, which I finished a while back and showed in previous videos. Before I move on to WIPs, while I'm on the topic of Brooks Books, I'll just show you the one that just came in the mail from her. This is in the same series. This is called The Desert Princess, and I think it's inspired by Jasmine from Aladdin. Although this is, I think, is the first one to deviate this much in terms of colors from the Disney theme. I'm sure that she's naming them differently from Disney to avoid any trouble with copyright or anything, but for the most part, she's been sticking to color schemes that are similar to Disney's, like this gold gown, and pale blue for Cinderella, and red and green and yellow for Snow White. So, and Anna, the summer princess from Frozen, Her color palette is like exactly the same. But this one, not teal blue, it's actually orange. I'm wondering if someone will come out with a conversion for it to go back to the teal blue that's traditional for jasmine. I don't know. Even if someone did though, I'm not sure I would use it. I think the orange is lovely. So I would have to decide about that. But there she is, the Desert Princess. I also got the accessory pack for this. Came with all of her beads, gold and silver beads. I think in particular, I was impressed by the veil on this design. Just look at how she made it look like a veil. I don't know how she does that. It's just, you know, scattered stitches across the fabric and then these lines that evoke creases in the veil, but I'm just amazed at how that looks. So. There's a little bit of out of order haul for you. I haven't really bought very much lately, like I said. All right, let's move on to WIPs. I have 3 things I've made progress on that I can show you. I'll go ahead and start with this one. This is my Fabulous Women of History project. This is an annual stitch along from Clouds Factory, and I've made quite a bit of progress on this, I think, since the last time I showed you. I have completed 6 of the 24 women that will be on this design. You've got Marie Curie, Virginia Woolf, Coco Chanel, Eleanor Roosevelt, Amelia Earhart, and Frida Kahlo. I think Amelia Earhart is my favorite so far. Let's take a look at her little airplane. Although I love the flowers in Frida's hair as well. Eleanor Roosevelt is Sam's favorite. He says, America. I don't know. I'm really impressed with how the designers behind this are able to evoke the entire, you know, cultural impression of these women in such a small space. I think that's pretty impressive. So, all the parts of this stitch along have now been released. The last one came the first day of this month, December 2017. So the whole thing is out. Yeah. But I'll probably be much slower to actually finish this. Remains to be seen. So there is Fabulous Women. This is a 32 count linen. I think it's called Amsterdam Blue, but I'm not 100% positive about that. I have 2 Mirabilias to show you that I've made a little bit of progress on. This first one is Gypsy Mermaid, and that's what she's gonna look like. I'm doing this on 32 count linen in Iris from Under the Sea Fabrics. This was also a fabric of the month from Leslie. And I just think it's perfect for this pattern. So I had most of her hair last time I showed this, I think, but I've started on these super fun colors in her tail. So again, there's the pattern. Yeah, I was a little bit worried, this is gonna sound silly, but I was a little bit worried with how vibrant this fabric is, that the oranges in her tail weren't gonna show up well against the orange and peach of the fabric. And I have now determined that that was a ridiculous thing to worry about, because look at how bright those colors are. So bright. Yeah, it's not going to be a problem at all. And when I get eventually to the water in this design, it's just going to pop so much against all of this peachy color and it's going to look like a sunset reflecting on the water. I purposefully positioned the fabric so that this bluer part is going to be behind the moon and stars that are above her head right there. So it'll be like that's where night is creeping in behind the sunset. I'm getting more and more excited about this project the more that I work on it. It's not something that I would have picked out, I don't think. I got this at Stitches from the Heart, or a retreat hosted by Stitches from the Heart, and it was in like a lot of 4 patterns in the auction, and I liked some of the other ones, and this one just came with them. But now this is maybe going to be my favorite of the ones that I did pick up, and I think I have Leslie to thank for that because of how amazing this fabric is. It's really taking the Mirabilia design to the next level, in my opinion. So that is Gypsy Mermaid from Mirabilia. And the last thing I've made any progress on so far is Sleeping Princess. This is another Mirabilia. Let me take off my chart there. And this is what she looks like. And here she is. Got her on my frame because I've been working on her lately. Actually, the latest thing I worked on was that ornament, but I stitched that in hand because it was so quick to stitch up. It was no problem at all. So here is Sleeping Princess. What I've been working on is this dark teal blanket that she's got draping down beneath her. So if you look at the pattern, you can see that dark teal blanket, and then also another like this light blue blanket that's dropping all the way down to the floor, and her pillow. Those 3 things are all sort of in the same color palette, this teal, blue, purpley, pale color palette. And so it's only like a dozen colors. And so I've got those all in this little pouch with me right now, and I took all that with me when we went to visit my in-laws for Thanksgiving, although I didn't work on it at all on that project, but it's actually nice and compact to travel with because it's only a few colors, and I've got a lot to do in those colors. Like that, those blankets and pillow take up a large area of this design, so I've got my work cut out for me just with those few colors. But after all of that stuff is done, I'll move on to the colorful mattresses underneath her, and that will be the most fun part of this design, possibly except for the beading, which I'm also really looking forward to. So that's going to be the order of things: the dark blanket, the light blanket, the pillow, then the mattresses, then the bed frame, and then all the beading. That's my plan of attack. So here she is. This is 32 count Lugana in Andromeda from Under the Sea Fabrics. Can you tell that I like Under the Sea Fabrics? The right fabric makes all the difference to how much you enjoy working on a project. I can tell you that much. And then that leads me nicely into the last thing I have to show you, which is a fabric from Under the Sea Fabrics. Obviously I'm still participating in her Fabric of the Month club, and so this is the one I got most recently. This is called Rosalind, sorry, Rosalind. That's a sticker. Aww, I didn't realize this came in here. It's a sticker that says Under the Sea Fabrics Fabric of the Month member. That's so cool. That's me. I'll have to figure out where I should put this. That's so much fun. Yeah, it's a sticker. Well, anyway, yes, Rosalind. This is 32 count linen, a fat quarter, and Rosalind. And look how pretty it is. I'm a sucker for purple. It's my favorite color. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but I can't wait to find out. Well, alright, that about wraps up everything that I had to show you this time. I will come back sometime in 2018 with my next video. Maybe I'll do New Year, New Start. I don't have anything planned for that yet. I'll have to figure that out on the fly. But yeah, who knows? All kinds of exciting projects to work on in the new year. So I hope all of you have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I hope you get to spend lots of time with your families or other loved ones that are important to you in your life. And I hope you get to stitch on all of your favorite projects, and I hope you experience all of the warmth and joy this season. Until 2018, happy stitching.